Namaste, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about something I don't normally talk about, but it's something that kind of has me like riled up a little bit, or just in the need to rant, right? So Teal Swan, this whole situation with The Deep End, this show that they made about her on Hulu, I believe it was on Hulu, and it's basically all over mainstream media. When I was watching the ABC network, General Hospital, I love soap operas, it was literally playing commercials for Teal Swan on ABC, like on a modern channel, right? So Teal Swan, if you don't know who she is, she's basically one of the most well-known spiritual leaders on basically in America right now, right? She has millions and millions of subscribers. She's a therapist, basically. I understand that she's licensed and whatnot. So she has her foot basically into spirituality, but she, so she gets the spiritual community people, but she also has her foot in self-help and psychology and being aware of the subconscious and like all this stuff, right? So she's built herself up and built up her business, her brand, and all this stuff, and she really is like living the dream right now. For people that just start off like in spirituality and modalities, or therapists, or YouTubers and stuff, she has like a team. She has she travels around, she talks to people, she basically helps people, and her goal is to help spread awareness, and basically her goals are that of every other spiritual teacher, right? To help spread awareness, to help raise the vibration, all that, right? So that's a little bit of a background on Teal Swan. She's been around for some years, many years actually. So my personal opinion on Teal Swan, before you jump at me like, oh, she's a good person or a bad person or whatever your judgment of her is, my personal judgment is very objective and very neutral about Teal Swan. And this is why, because I feel like she has very, very valuable insights and very valuable knowledge. Like, I would watch some of her videos and I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Like, that's great. Now I feel like I understand a little bit more about myself, right? So since I liked her videos, if I like somebody, I'll do research about them. I'll look into their content more, obviously, and that's normal. So as I'm doing more research about her and as I'm viewing more of her content, I kind of, it's all about psychology and, helping yourself and blah, blah, blah. But I notice as I'm like binge watching her stuff, it's starting to kind of have an effect on me in terms of like, I'm watching the videos for, oh, help yourself with this, help yourself with this. And these are all great concepts. I'm like, oh, I want to help bring these concepts to other people because they were helpful to me. But it started to have a negative effect. Like, I started to kind of like believe that I'm having more issues than I actually had. And it's because I was watching so many videos and she would bring up certain symptoms about all this different stuff. And after a while of like repeatedly kind of like hearing that this is a symptom of this, or this is a symptom of this, or, you start to kind of be like, dang, I need to figure this out psychologically. I need to, it kind of turns into a mind fuck. Like, you overcomplicate your own psychology, right? And I'm guessing I'm not the only one with this view. But with that being said, so, that wasn't helpful, because I started to be like, oh God, like, I need to dig deeper into my psychology because I didn't even know I had all these issues going on in my head or my subconscious and blah, blah, blah. When it's like, it wasn't an issue to begin with. It's just when I started, it's like placebo. When I started really thinking about it and being like, this is an issue, it was, right? So when I was able to, take a step back and realize all this and, take a step back from her content and whatnot. But with that being said, in moderation, I believe that she can be very helpful and very help guide you and whatnot. But it's kind of like everything else in life, right? Like, one cup of coffee, is probably going to help you out throughout your day, right? But if you're literally like drinking coffee all day long and you're just like frying your nervous system, you're just, making your body create all this cortisol, and you're just like having so much anxiety, and, everything in moderation is cool, right? Like when you're drinking, you know, like one drink or a couple drinks is cool, but you don't want to be going out drinking all day every day and destroying all your relationships and, you know, just develop some full-blown addiction. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to have moderation with things, right? It's the same with chocolate. It's the same with salad even. It's the same with like healthy stuff. If you drink too much kombucha, like you might get a stomach ache if you're just literally chugging it all day long. Like maybe just one is good for you, right? In moderation. So with Teal Swan, they made a TV show about her, and it was filmed over the course, I believe she said, of like 3 years. And throughout the entire 3 years, the entire, you know, the producers, the film crew, everybody, the directors and stuff, they were getting to know Teal, and basically like by the end of them filming, they were basically like family, right? Like they were all throwing each other birthday parties. They were working together like every day. You know, if you go on Teal Swan's channel, she actually has a video that gives you like a bunch of the birthday messages that the entire crew, John Crosby, who's like the producer and I believe the director and whatnot, the guy that put it all together, John Crosby, and they're basically like, we love you, Teal. Thank you for inviting us into your family. Thank you for helping us with our personal problems. Thank you for, you know, doing this and being in our lives. And we believe your journey and your mission to help people is amazing and authentic. And we're going to help so many people by making this documentary and spreading, you know, stuff and blah, 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 right? So what happened? They stopped filming. It was a wrap, right? Teal felt good about it. Then the production company, the producers, everybody basically took all the footage from over 3 years and like chopped it up and screwed it, and like, you know, she claims that they take her voice and like splice it and put it back together to say certain things or do certain things, which, you know, I can't say if that's true or not because I wasn't there. I'm just objectively giving you some facts and about what she's saying or claims. And I think when they released it, the documentary, it's obviously in the vibration of discrediting Teal. It's in the vibration of like, she's a cult leader. Look at all this like weirdo bad stuff that she's doing. And literally the entire documentary is like discrediting her, right? And saying that she's like doing crazy things and like waterboarding people and all this stuff, right? When they took, you know, and this is upsetting to me, whether I like Teal or not, because believe it or not, Teal is like one of the head people, like people that aren't really spiritual. They know about Teal Swan because she's in the mental health community and she's self-help and whatnot. So they look at her and she can help bring in and usher in certain spiritual concepts that those people may not have even thought about before, right? And since they resonate with the rest of her like self-help and psychological content, it might open their awareness and expand them to more knowledge that's out there in the universe and inspire them to do their own research about what they believe on a deeper level because of what she's putting out there, right? And so it like riles me up that people, you know, and she's like one of the closest things to mainstream media that we have that is literally representing like an alternate form of spirituality. You know, I don't identify with a certain religion. I just believe what I believe, and you know, my concepts are fluid. My beliefs are always changing basically, and I believe anything is possible in this world, right? I believe that everybody has different truths, and it's just on you to differentiate what resonates with you, what's a part of your life, and what doesn't make sense, what you do and don't believe, what's not a part of your life, right? So with that being said, Teal is helping people do that. She's helping people decide that, right? Like what they believe and what they don't believe. So when people jump on Hulu and they're like, oh, what's this? Spirituality and stuff like that. I've heard about that. Really interesting. I'm drawn to that. Let me click on this Teal Swan documentary. And then it's like all this crazy stuff, and it's gonna like put people off. Certain people are gonna look at this stuff and be like, spiritual people are crazy, man. Like, I don't know what's going on, like weird cult stuff or whatever, when in reality, yeah, it's turning them off to all the concepts that could be helpful. When if somebody like Teal Swan doesn't resonate with you, you objectively watch her content and you say, that really didn't that didn't resonate, but she did say this one helpful thing in there that I'm like, that made me look at something else, right? That's up to you to discern your own beliefs. Some people may watch her and be like, she's amazing, guru, goddess, or whatever, and then the next person might watch her and be like, she does not resonate with me at all. That's none of my beliefs. Like, she's nuts, in my opinion, right? So we just have to kind of discern for ourselves, you guys. So I want to know what you think about Teal Swan, right? Like, do you like Teal Swan? Do you think she's kind of crazy? Did you watch the documentary? What did you think about the documentary? Yeah, tell me everything, right? And one thing I want to say about her is that she's never like done anything that I thought was like weird or, abnormal or whatever, but there's just something about her vibe that's kind of like, it doesn't feel just like out of the purest love. And sometimes when I'm listening to people, I can almost vibrate and kind of just like really feel the love that they have just for life, and just like, like this pure, like just this love vibration, right? And I will say objectively, she hasn't done anything, but with her, I get kind of like a muddied vibration. I don't get that like pure, but with that being said, we're all different in this life. We all have things that, we all have our shit, right? So I don't know what I'm feeling from her. It could just be that me and her, our frequencies just aren't compatible, and I'm feeling some kind of like maybe we were raised different, or maybe we had, you know what I mean? Like just something that my energy is not clicking with hers. So discern for yourself, discern for yourself, discern for yourself. I don't think she's evil. I don't think she, has horrible intentions, all that. Just like anything else, like I said, objectively view Teal Swan. And I also want you to, while you're objectively doing this, do your own research, right? Like if this bothers you, go do your own research. Like, is she telling the truth? Is she not? Or, figure out what you think, right? Because who knows? This is just, she claims that they've, were filming for years and flipped the script. And there is a lot of evidence that shows that they were really like engulfed in her life, and they were all like treating each other like family. And then the betrayal happened, that they put out the deep end, and it was like not, they basically made it out to be like, this is going to be a documentary about your hero journey, basically, and how you're helping people and how this is a great thing and spreading awareness. But they completely screwed her, and they were like, never mind, we're taking all this footage and totally making you look crazy. So she was obviously upset about that. She started making a little series about like different things that were wrong about the deep end, right? And I really hope that some people take a look at all this and think about the agenda behind it, right? You got to think, like, what was the intention of this? Why were they trying to discredit her so much, right? And who, why would John Crosby try to discredit Teal so much? That's so weird, right? What do you think, right? Is there some kind of deeper agenda or something? Let's chat about it. Leave your comments below. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Just a little discussion. I wanted to rant and get to know what you thought. And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, do that. If this video was like intriguing to you in any way, shape, or form, go ahead and hit that big thumbs up. It helps the algorithm for more people to kind of expand their awareness, right? Namaste. Have a good day.